Hey, it's Cordelia Cooper, the educator. Hope you guys are super duper well. It is freezing cold in the UK. Today is now winter and it's really hit. There is frost outside there and it took me forever to defrost my car this morning. So if you see me doing a lot of this, it's because I put the heating on and it's still freezing cold and my hands are frozen. So just mind me, I do apologise because, yeah, cold hands, not cool. Anyway, so today I had something planned, but I've kind of switched the topic up a little bit because I think what I am going to discuss is going to be much more helpful for you guys today. So today we are going to talk about, when you take your child to school and there is a sea of children, okay? How can you ensure that your child's teacher gives your child the support that they require in a crowd, in a sea, in a herd of up to 35 children, okay? So obviously, depending on what kind of school you send your child to, there may be up to 35 children. In the last school that I was teaching at, I was teaching 32 children. So if you can think of a ratio of 32 children to one teacher, crazy, right? Just think about your one or two, or I don't know how many children you have. In fact, let me know in the comments, how many children do you have? Just so I can get an idea of who in the world I'm speaking to. So imagine like one of your children, imagine 32 of them and one teacher teaching them, right? Crazy, I know. So the ratio is mad, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about how to ensure that your child gets the attention that they require from the teacher. As you can imagine, in a class of up to 35 children, one teacher, possibly two with a teaching assistant, there are so many children that get left behind. There are so many children that kind of disappear into the background. I was one of those children. I was quite quiet in class. I didn't really raise my hand unless there was like a super duper problem. And I was just there getting along, doing what I had to do. These are called, there's an actual term for these kind of children. They're called invisible children. And they're called invisible children because they are only seen and only heard when there's an actual problem. They kind of do what they need to do. They answer the questions. They're kind of middle ability children. They're not super duper high and they're not super duper low. They just kind of coast along. They're called invisible children because they are kind of not really seen that much in the classroom and they may disappear into the background, especially in a sea of 30 up to 35 children. So here's a couple tips. I think I've got about 4 tips to support you, the parent, to ensure that your child is seen in that classroom. And no, I'm not going to tell you to ensure that your child is really loud and make sure that your child is naughty. Your child does not need to be loud or naughty or obnoxious or horrible to other kids or a bully to be seen in the classroom. That is not the way forward. There are some things that you can do as a parent to ensure that your child is really well behaved and gets along in the classroom, but is seen and heard by the teacher and gets that support that they require to become the best versions of themselves. So number one, as a parent, I want you to always acknowledge the teacher, okay? If you acknowledge the teacher, in turn, the teacher will acknowledge you and yes, acknowledge your child as well. So on school runs, pick up, drop off, whatever, I want you to make sure that you're always saying hello to the teacher, okay? That teacher is looking after your child for up to 6 hours a day, okay? That teacher is essentially becoming your child's parent throughout the day, throughout the school day, 5 days a week. Okay, your child spends a lot of time with that teacher. So it's really, in fact, it's imperative that your child likes the teacher and the teacher in turn likes your child. It's really important, okay? So I want you to make sure that you go out of your way to say hello to the teacher, to gain eye-to-eye contact. It's really important. You don't know how much of a difference this makes. There's 35 parents. Some obviously more, depending on who drops off and picks up. It may be always mom, maybe always dad, maybe auntie, uncle, whoever. So there's many more than 35 parents. You gotta remember this. You've got to set yourself apart. Always saying hello, always saying good morning, always saying good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you pick up your child, eye-to-eye contact, saying hello. You need to be seen. Your child needs to be seen, okay? Picking up and dropping off on time. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Those parents that are always late, in the staff room, we talk about you guys. We talk about you, like, oh yeah, but they're going to be late again. We talk about you guys. Don't think that we don't talk about you. We talk about you. Okay, a teacher would never tell you. I'm going to tell you, if you're one of those parents that are always late, we talk about you. We know that you're always going to be late. And no offense, but we don't talk about you in a good light. So you don't want that negativity then impacting your child or the way that the teacher sees your child, okay? I'm just going to be very open, very honest. You've got to get the timings, okay? If you're supposed to pick up your child at 3:30, be there at 3:20. Be waiting at the gates and ensure that you are there to pick up your child. Why? Because simply being on time sets a standard. Okay, now you want to be seen as one of those parents who ensure, or do you know what, who can keep timing. It's as simple as that. Okay, it's as simple as that. In turn, you simply are, I guess, in a sense, how can I put it? Do you know what? You are acknowledged as a good parent. And I know, don't get me wrong, good parents are always late. Listen, I've been late so many times, but I'm not late all the time, okay? I'm not late all the time. If I know that my child's going to be picked up at 3:20, I am there at 3:20 to ensure that I'm going to get my child, because I know how to keep track of the time, okay? So keep track of the time. Attend meetings, okay? So as many as possible. Now I know that you're working and you may have other children, so on and so forth, but attend as many meetings as you can. You want the teacher to see you, okay? You want to be seen. Hey, that's Jimmy's mother, that's Kerry's mother, that's Solomon's mother, that's Anna Marie's mom, that's Anna Marie's dad, that's Anna Marie's uncle. You want the teacher to know you, okay, by face, to be able to spot you from a crowd and say, hey, that's Jeremy's mom, hey, you want to build that familiarity up with the teacher. I know that if there's possible work and stuff, but you've got to try, okay? This really impacts how the teacher sees and views your child. You as a parent have to be seen as well. You as a parent have to demonstrate that you care about what your child is doing, and the best way to show that you care, turning up on time, going to the meetings, parents' evenings, school plays, if you can, be there, okay? Another one, homework and reading, okay? So we as teachers, we can tell if you as a parent do the homework with your child, if you sit by your child, or at least bare minimum, check over the homework, we can tell. And again, it sets the standard. If you as a parent are putting something in, we as teachers are going to put a little bit more in as well. I'm telling you, it's absolute fact. So when your child completes their homework, when they're asked to read a book, and you're asked as a parent to just simply check it off or sign it, make sure you do it. Most of the time, it's possibly once or twice a week, okay? It takes no time to sign a book. It takes no time to check over their homework. And as I said, honestly, as teachers, we can tell if you have looked over their homework. A scrappy piece of homework with food all over it that's been chewed up by the dog, okay, once or twice, yeah, things happen. We get it. But if we can see that this is consistent and your child really doesn't care, we in turn think that you don't care. So in turn, why should we care? Think about it. Okay, you're setting the standard, you're setting the bar. We will come up to that bar, we will raise to the bar, but you have to set those standards, okay? As a parent, you've got to set the standards. You've got to be sufficient and consistent with it as well. And the last thing is simply, you know what, being friendly, okay? No one likes to talk to a grumpy parent. And I know the school run is... Listen, I'm going to talk about it from both sides. I'm talking about it from the parent side, I'm talking about it from the teacher's side, okay? I don't like the school runs. I don't like going on school runs. I don't like to be in a sea of 200 parents trying to pick up my child from school. I don't like it. But you know what I do? When I see my child's parent, I smile at them and I wave at them, and they, face to face, they know that I am Anna Marie's mom. They know that I care about Anna Marie's education. They know that I'm glad to see my child at the end of the day. I've seen it so many times where the parent comes to pick up the child and they're like, yeah, come on then. and the child's like trailing 5 miles. Okay, maybe not 5 miles, big exaggeration, but the child's trailing behind the parent. Like, come on, you haven't seen your child for 6 hours, and you're just like, yeah, come on, kid. It's not a dog. Come on, like, show that you care. Why? This is the thing. You as a parent are setting the standards for us. Okay, so what? Sorry, letters. So if you're demonstrating the fact that you don't care, what do you expect from us? Okay, you've got to set the standard. So yes, smile at us. Okay, we've had a hard day. We've had up to 35 children, okay, including yours. We've had a hard day. I'm going to talk about more about the specifics of what we do in school as well, because I know a lot of parents don't actually know what we do in school, and I'm going to break it down from a parent's perspective and from a teacher's perspective, just so you guys, you know what, just so you know, because I know a lot of you have never, ever, ever stepped in to your child's classroom. In fact, let me know if this academic year you've been in your child's classroom, you have actually seen your child's classroom environment. I'd love to know, because some years I haven't even stepped foot into my child's classroom. Some years I have, and it just depends. But I'll talk about that again on another video. So yeah, those are my core tips for ensuring that your child's teacher acknowledges you as a parent, acknowledges your child, and sets your child that little bit apart and ensures that your child's teacher gives your child that extra. I promise you, they'll give your child that extra little bit of support if they like you as a parent as well. Promise you, honestly. So just to go over those tips, always say hi, acknowledge the teacher, eye-to-eye contact. Come on now, guys, you got to do it. Pick up your child on time, stop being late, okay? Show us that you care, demonstrate a little bit of love and consideration. You haven't been with your child for 6 hours a day. Come on now, okay? Next one is be on time. Stop being late, okay? It's no excuse. Okay, some parents are late from time to time, but stop being late all the time. It's ridiculous, okay? We're going to talk about you in staff group. We're going to talk about you, okay? We're going to be sipping on our coffee and our teas, and we're going to be talking about you because you're always late to pick up your child, okay? No, we know you're going to be late tomorrow as well because you're always late. Set the standards. Stop it. Attend meetings on time. Help your child with their reading and homework. Listen, it takes nothing to say, Jeremy, did you do your homework? Let me look at it. Or Felicia, did you do your reading? Let me mark your reading book. We can tell if you guys have done it. Just do it, okay? It doesn't take long. Just do it and be consistent. And the last one, stop being moody in the morning, okay? Stop being moody in the afternoon. Listen, we're looking after your child and 30, God knows how many other children all day long. It is not an easy feat. I'm going to tell you that now. So just say hi to us. Just say, honestly, I say thank you. Call me weird. I don't care. I know how hard the job is. I say, I'm going to pick up my daughter. I say hi and I say thank you to the teacher. And that's it. And I say, and I smile. That's it. It takes nothing. And in turn, you know what? That makes me feel good. And I know that my child's teacher gives her what she needs and she acknowledges me. Every time she sees me, she'll say hi. That's it. I've had no laborious, long conversations, but she knows I'm Anna Marie's mom and she's going to come and pick her up on time and she's going to say hi and she's going to say thank you. That's it. Manners cost nothing. So yeah, those are my tips to ensure that your child is set apart from the sea of 35 other children in the class. Implement these tips now. Seriously, they'll make such a difference, and be consistent, okay? Hope that really helped. I'll see you on the next one, and thanks always for listening. Cheerio. Bye.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one. Later.